Welcome back to Listen You Beautiful Bitch. We're back after a pretty long hiatus. We played some games for a while, and then we just didn't do anything for a while because we were honoring the podcast blackout to try and amplify Black voices in the community. Yes, we still are on our Black Lives Matter bullshit, and we're not sorry. So you'll hear about it more. We're going to keep talking about it. But we're going to talk about fun stuff too, and hopefully just make the world a better place somehow. So we are a shady self-help podcast for our younger selves. I'm Hannah.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Sandra.
And Susie's not with us today, but she will be eventually.
She's not dead this time.
She's not dead. She's just not with us.
She's dead to me.
She's dead to Katie.
Oh, God.
You know,
No.
it's
Drama.
this year has just been like 2020 has just been a straight up shitstorm. So like I feel like we should all just forgive each other right now for anything else that happens through the rest of the year. No
I'm
grudges.
not really mad at Susie.
I know. No grudges. Just nothing but grace the rest of this year. Like, you know what? Do your thing. So yeah, we're back. We're feeling good, and we are ready to talk about shit, like real shit, not just slumber party shit anymore.
Today,
Today we are gathered here.
we're discussing feces.
Oh no.
I mean, we could.
Okay, y'all need to look up the Dylan Redwine case from Tapes from the Dark Side. Feces are involved. It's a missing boy / murder case. It's really good.
Where did you take this?
She said feces, and it reminded me of the story.
Sorry.
You took it to a dark place.
It was Tapes from the Dark Side. Look it up. Hi, TZ. Thanks for listening. Anyway, so this is the part of the show. We start off every week by asking some random question. We haven't been doing it lately because we've been asking lots of random questions. But this week, I want to know, if money wasn't an issue, what would you want to do for a living? Katie?
I would make crochet baby blankets and crochet stuffed animals.
Just crochet forever and ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd also maybe make casseroles.
I love a good cat. I think they are so underrated. I'm sorry.
Oh, they are rated.
They're highly rated in my book. But
5 stars.
yeah. No, I like mixing all my food together anyway. So
Yeah.
you just get everything in one bite. What's not to love?
My dad used to make this beef stew casserole. It
Oh
was
my
beef stew, and then you put
God.
mashed potatoes on top and you bake it. Who would say no to that?
Mm-hmm. You know, it was the housewives back in the day that were like, get this ready now so I can drink all day.
Mhm.
Maybe go fuck the mailman.
Yeah. I have a meal.
I would like to add that to the list. I would fuck the mailman.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like the past few relationships that I've been in where I was like cooking for someone at any point, none of them liked casseroles. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, it makes my life so much easier and it's delicious. And fuck you.
Yeah, Ryan doesn't really like casseroles because he doesn't love leftovers. And honestly, he does most of the cooking anyway. So
Okay.
Like, mac and cheese is technically a casserole.
Exactly.
if you bake it,
Right. Okay.
pot pie, pretty much a
Casserole.
casserole.
Right.
Also delicious.
God, I love casseroles.
I know. This is a casserole podcast now.
I've got a ton planned for our trip.
Yeah.
Casserole time.
We're taking a trip for Katie's birthday, late, but like for your birthday. She's going to be 29.
again and again and again.
Forever.
I'm going to be 29 until people stop saying, when do you graduate high school?
I got carded the other day. Not to brag, but
Ooh.
you know.
I didn't get carded at Legal Remedy. And I was like, one, rude.
How dare you? But no, they carded you.
No, I already had it out. And I was like, you don't see it? And she was like,
Mm. Yeah, I got carded at the vegan restaurant in Charlotte. But to be fair, I also had a mask on. So,
That's
you
true.
know. But the guy did say, he's like, you look much younger than your age. And I was like, I don't care if you tell everybody that. Thank you so much. Like, I needed that today. I really appreciate you. Anyway,
Sandra, what would you do?
I would sing in a cover band.
that does sound perfect for you.
But
Yeah.
It's got to be like big places. Like,
I feel like you could do that now as a side hustle.
yeah, totally. But like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
And it would go badly. Things would spiral. Like, Never would have kids. Just get fucked up.
That's true. What kind of covers would you want to sing? Like,
Oh, all of them. Just anything and all.
okay.
Yeah, I feel like you're a walking jukebox already. So
Mm-hmm.
See
Hannah,
that.
what would you do?
I would want to decorate and style homes like Joanna Gaines or Erin Napier. Just live my HGTV life. And then here lately, I've been doing more research on like long-term travel in your vehicles. And so the idea of like decorating or styling a tiny home or an RV or like a sleeper van, that's just like, it sounds so cool to me. And I kind of want to upfit the Subaru because I can fit a twin mattress in the back of my Subaru. I measured it. So I'm like, I could have a sleeper SUV and just travel wherever I want to go and then make it look so cute. It'll be like my little home on wheels.
You could.
Yeah.
they make pretty nice rooftop tents.
They make really nice rooftop tents, but I like the idea of sleeping in the mattress in my car because it's like full.
Did you keep the AC
Okay.
on?
No, you have to vent it or you can get different types of fans or heaters that don't
Yeah.
drain your battery.
I would need some of that.
Yeah. I mean, you could buy a generator and like stick it outside the car and run it through, but realistically, you just want to like layer up and upfit the car so that you have either reflectors or insulation, depending on what the weather's like. I've been doing a lot of research on this. You build a platform with
It
some,
definitely sounds like you've been doing a lot of
some like
research.
slide under storage.
I'm impressed.
I mean, because really, you think about it, like you could go anywhere and just park and sleep for the night and have a bed and have everything you need. You don't have to pay for a hotel or an Airbnb. You can see the whole country. I mean, I've read some stories where like people go overseas and do this. So like they'll buy like a cheap car overseas and then upfit it and do like a tour of the country. I'm like, that's too much work. I don't want to do that. But here at home, and I've been like thinking of ways that I could make it so I don't have to take out my back seats. I can just do like a hinged folding type thing. And so, yeah, I would decorate spaces that people live in, whether those were in a home or on wheels.
Cool. I'm a bougie bitch. I love a good hotel room.
Don't get me wrong. I love a good hotel room.
But I
and
could-
I
I
love a
could
hot
see this.
shower. I love a hot shower more than anything.
We camped like 3 nights and I was like, I need a fucking shower.
If I'm just trying, especially like with my job now, I can work anywhere there's an internet signal. So I just buy a hotspot and I can literally work anywhere.
Sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. I'm really tempted. I could take Maggie with me. We could just do whatever we wanted.
Do it. Go. Do it.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe. It's not really top of my priority list right now, but it's on there.
Do it.
Okay, fine. I'll do it. Fuck you guys. I'm gone. I'm out of here.
Don't do it, I'd miss you.
I know. I would miss y'all too.
I'd worry.
I know you would worry. My mom would worry a lot.
Be like you're in a car by yourself.
I know. That's essentially what I was going to do when I was going to Wyoming when I was 19. They still talk about that.
That would. If I
And-
had, nope.
Yeah, I know. They still talk about it. And like even now, my mom's like, and you just said you were just going to drive out there and just like sleep where you could find places and da-da-da. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I would probably still do that, Mom. So like as ridiculous as it sounds, I would probably still do that.
That's okay now.
As a 30-year-old,
Yeah. 19 would be a little.
a little young, a little more
Little young.
naive, not quite as aware of all the dangers out there and the precautions. Because I have been like along with my research on how to upfit your car, it's also like how to stay safe while you do these things. So a lot of people, they'll sleep like in Walmart parking lots because they have security cameras. You don't have to pay to sleep there. You can park under a light, and Walmart allows overnight parking for campers and things like that. So just a good free place to stay when you're on the road.
Cool.
But
That totally helps me out because I feel like I've called Walmart so many times, like in my past, not like
Mhm.
recently, but like in Chapin when we'd take trips, I'd call and be like, "Can I leave my car in the parking lot?"
And they're always like, no,
They're just like, I don't know.
I don't care.
You're taking the risk."
Yeah.
Say something like that. I'm like, that's not the answer I'm looking for. Yeah.
Basically, they're like, it's not our fault if someone steals it, but okay, do what you want to do. So there's like a short list of Walmarts that don't allow that, but most of them do. So you can find it, like I think on their website, you can find.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been really interesting just to research it, and that's what I do. I smoke a lot of weed and I research upfitting Subarus.
Cool.
Yeah, living my life.
It's better than I just drink wine and watch The Housewives. No, it's The Housewives of Atlanta because they're great. Absolutely. Cool.
All right. Well, we've got catching up to do because we haven't talked to each other in this setting for like 3 weeks, and I'm sure we've been crying about a lot of stuff. I know I personally have a lot of grievances I need to air out. So I can start us off.
Kick us off.
Should now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. First on my list, I have bought too much stuff because of TikTok off of Amazon. $100 in the last 2 weeks. I added it up. Were they worth it? Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
All right, tell us what you bought.
I bought these washer balls. You never have to buy laundry detergent again. Well, I mean, once you do 1,000 loads of laundry, you do. You don't have to use detergent. They get your clothes clean.
Pretty impressive.
I put my dirty, nasty, stinky work shirts in the washing machine, and my shorts had red clay on them. Came out pristine. And it's weird because I thought they would still smell bad, but they don't smell like anything when they come out of the laundry. They just smell clean, if that makes sense. So there's not like a scent, which is great because I'm allergic to fragrance anyway. And then I just put essential oils on my dryer balls. They smell like whatever I want them to. Eucalyptus, nailed it.
It's a good idea.
Yep. Apparently, it's what they use in Japan.
They've got it
And
figured
they're
out.
environmentally friendly. Aside from that, TikTok in general, can't get off it. Spend too much time on it. Had to have my husband take my phone away so I could do my laundry after, because I wanted to use these balls. So then I did all my laundry that I hadn't done in 2 months.
Sandra just had a panic attack.
So then I had to fold all of that, and I couldn't stop getting on TikTok long enough to fucking do any of it.
That would take so long.
I did laundry for 2.5 hours last night, just folding
Yeah.
and hanging up.
Yeah.
Yep. I also forgot how much I hate being called girl by
Ooh.
men in general, and especially men at work. And then the look they give you when you correct them, and you're like, hey, I'm actually 31, and I don't appreciate being called girl. And they're like, huh? What?
What? Huh?
What? And I'm like, would you like it if I come up and called you little boy? No, you'd be really mad. So don't just don't talk to me in general. 2, don't fucking call me girl. Even though I appreciate you thinking I look young, but fuck off.
It's a roller coaster of emotions I just went on.
And then I got up at 5 a.m. this morning, and that was bullshit, and I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's really bad. Getting up early.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It was still dark outside.
No, there's no
Yep.
reason. No
And
reason.
then I laid on my yoga mat for about 10 minutes before I could get started because I was so tired.
How did you not go back to sleep?
Willpower,
Oh my God.
anxiety brain.
If I was laying on a yoga mat, no,
Yeah, I'd be out.
I'd be back asleep. Wow.
Nope, I was determined to do it.
That's good.
Anyway,
I'm crying because after several months of just going completely off the rails, I am actually trying to pay attention to what I'm eating again and like track my food, and it's bullshit. But I felt like such a garbage person. Like, yeah, just not good. I have not paid any attention to what I'm eating, drinking, consuming in general, or how much of it, or when, where, why, whatever. Ben & Jerry's has been on sale a lot lately. And so I've been buying a lot of Ben & Jerry's, and I can't just eat like a normal serving size. I eat the entire pint in one sitting every single time, like every single time. And so
that
I've
sounds
had,
so good.
I've had like 6 pints of Ben & Jerry's in the past month. Like that's ridiculous. It's a lot on top of my regular meals and drinking. And so yeah, this week I'm trying to get my life back together and actually like track what I eat and log it in my little app. And I'm like, oh no, like if I'm filling this thing up that fast, like how many calories and carbs have I been consuming on a daily basis?
It sucks.
And the answer is probably like 4,000, something crazy.
No way.
On Ben & Jerry's day, maybe. I eat half a pizza by myself. I eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just dinner.
Yeah.
It adds up fast.
No, I know it does. I know it does.
Well, it's good that you stopped. Sorry. It's good that you stopped at half a pizza. You didn't eat the whole thing.
True.
Or did you?
Yeah, I could eat the whole thing.
I mean, I could eat the whole thing. I'm giving myself a little credit, but realistically, probably could have eaten the whole thing. But yeah. So
It's okay.
Back on my bullshit of trying to like care about my body and treat it better. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. But, it's okay to slip and slide,
I've been
Just
slipping
get
and
back
sliding.
up. Listen, things happen.
Yeah.
Just move forward.
I
That's
think
it.
June especially, like already.
I think you look great.
Well, thank you.
So,
Thank you, Sandra.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the past 2 months especially have been like such a shit show. And like someone reached out to me and they're like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. How are you doing? I'm like, oh, you mean besides the global pandemic and the recession and the race riots and my own personal problems in my personal life? I'm like, besides that, everything's fine. Thank you for asking. And I'm like, yeah. So I think it's just, I haven't had the energy to care. But now it's taking more energy to like myself. So I'm like, okay, let's find a balance here.
mhm.
So that's what I'm trying to do. Just get to the point where I feel okay about myself again and
Yeah.
how I'm treating my body. We'll
Good.
see.
Okay.
What are you crying about, Sandra?
I had a really long hangover from Saturday. 3 days.
3
It
days.
was really bad.
Welcome to your 30s.
Made a lot of good decisions. Sarcasm. Made a lot of bad decisions that right now I don't regret. And I'm hoping nothing happens from what I did. But anyway, yeah, 3-day hangover. It sucked. I'm like, it was awful.
Yeah.
Like Sunday, I ate like I was what can I describe myself as? Like a fucking
Brontosaur.
yeah. Yeah. Like I ate a stupid Bojangles breakfast biscuit, which I knew like while I'm eating it, because I know how many calories are in those things. Like I just know in the back of my head, I'm like, this is bad. This is bad already. And I go to this baby shower and I eat like all of their chicken tenders. I just am standing there by the chicken tenders. And like my brother who's having the baby comes over and he's like, are you gonna like, how many chicken tenders are you eating? I'm like, I don't know. But they taste really damn good because they had this honey mustard sauce that was like killer.
That's amazing.
And I didn't touch the vegetable tray. They had a nice vegetable tray. And then
I mean-
somebody made homemade cookies that were like these adorable little like pacifiers and like baby things. And I was just eating all of those. And then they had craft beer.
Well, yeah. Beer is my weakness. That really is where I fall apart every single time.
And then my dad made burgers that night.
How are you supposed to pass that up?
I didn't.
I know.
No way.
That's a special occasion.
Monday I did way better. I ate a ton of Campbell's chicken noodle soup on Monday. How
Made
weird
you
is
feel
that?
better in your soul?
I think I don't know. I just got home and was like, I need something like to like soothe my body. And it did.
Well, that's good.
I didn't realize how many cans of Campbell's chicken noodle soup we had. We had like we had like 8 cans.
How many do you have now?
4.
Okay. Okay.
They're so small.
They're really small. And they're concentrated. Like you're supposed to be mixing them with water, but who does that?
I did. You?
I just eat it straight concentrated.
Oh my God. That's like
Well, I don't eat 4 of them though. Like it's
true.
so.
It's true.
Balance.
Mike had it with me.
Oh, there were 2 of you? Yeah. You're fine.
Anyway, good decisions. That's what I'm crying about. Also because COVID's still happening and it's really fucking frustrating and I hate it. And it's annoying.
So over it. Most of the country is over it, and a good part of them are completely ignoring everything about it. Like just
Which, to be honest, I did on Saturday. So went to
I know it's
party
easy to
with a
do
bunch
and be
of
like,
people.
it won't affect me, and then after the fact, you're like, shit, I'm so irresponsible.
I was.
Like I feel so shitty. Like I'm
I
very
know.
torn about living my life, and
Me too, because then sometimes I saw my family
Mhm.
and I saw my family before this past Sunday. Like it could have happened then. Could have
Yeah.
happened so many times.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just ready for it to be over.
I don't know if it's ever going to. I think they're gonna have a vaccine and then that's gonna be it. We're just gonna have to get a vaccine for it.
I hope so.
And I feel like it's gonna be around for a long time.
I also feel like
Well, I
2020.
mean, sorry.
No, it's okay. I feel like I've faced my own mortality and like really come to terms with it. Because there have been several times this year already where I'm like, you know what? If this kills me, it kills me. Like, really, what's the worst thing if I die? So
We'd be really upset.
I know y'all would be upset, but really, I've come to peace. Like, I found peace in just
I mean, it's not like you'd know you're dead.
exactly. I'm like,
It's true.
it'll suck for a minute, and then I'm gone.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying. I found a lot of peace, and I see that as a positive of this year. Like, okay, as long as I'm not like killing other people. Like, I don't want to give COVID to anybody else. That's my thing. But I'm like, if I get it, it's my fault. What can I do?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to like give it to y'all or to like my grandparents or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just feeling very chill. I think I've reached the point of stress where I'm like, can't even care anymore. Just can't care.
I mean, even my
I
sister.
feel like that's your Enneagram.
That is
7.
mine.
Just we're rolling out.
Yep.
Yeah.
My
Yep.
6 is like, Sandra's got it. You've got it.
You don't care enough, so you automatically have it.
I'll go get tested.
You just got tested and it came back negative.
I know, but that was before I did all this stupid shit.
I did try to go and get tested this morning. And I went to CVS and like tried to make the appointment. But everything they ask, I'm like, I don't have any symptoms.
You just say you have a sore throat.
Well, I didn't want to lie. I was being honest. And I was like, no. Just answering everything honestly. And they're like, you don't qualify for a test. Get out of here. I'm like,
Maybe we should get tested before we go to my birthday party.
That's why I was considering doing.
No, I will lie on my CVS test and say I have a sore throat.
They listen to this. CVS is one of our biggest fans.
God damn it, CVS. Please pause your sponsorship of this podcast long enough. But yeah,
What
I'll
does
get
CVS
tested.
stand for?
I have no idea.
Customer value services.
Care, value, Sandra.
What does CVS?
I was gonna pull my phone, but both of y'all are too.
I know.
Convenience value service.
We got the value, right?
Consumer value store.
Did you get convenience?
I got that. Then I have values
You have value
and service.
and service.
Hey,
See, mine says consumer value store. We've got different Google results.
I googled CVS meaning.
I said, what does CVS stand for?
This is straight from the CVS Wikipedia page.
CVSHealth.com says CVS stands for consumer value stores.
Oh fuck!
According to the Massachusetts brothers, Stanley and
full
Sidney
name.
Goldstein
controlling us.
and partner
Here we go,
Ralph
here we go.
Hoagland.
CVS used to be a subsidiary of Melville Corporation, where its full name was initially Customer Value Stores. Melville later changed its name to CVS Corporation in 1996 after Melville sold off many of its non-pharmacy stores. The last non-drugstore operations were sold in 1997. CEO Tom Ryan, worst name ever, has said he considers CVS to stand for Convenience Value Service.
Okay.
We're both right.
I love it when we're both right. That's my favorite.
Glad we figured this out.
I know. Listeners, you're welcome.
Well, how about we go into the topic for today? That's a good transition, honestly. I feel like
Speaking
we might
of
have.
CVS.
Like we might have gone to CVS during the times of our.
When I hit puberty, all I wanted to do was steal from CVS.
Me too.
I bought my tampons at CVS for the first time.
It was Eckerd for me though,
Oh,
but I'm like,
Eckerd.
you're the same.
Well,
CVS.
didn't CVS buy Eckerd eventually?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
But yes,
So again, we're all
same.
right. Once
Yeah.
again, love it.
So, if you couldn't have guessed it by now, today's topic is about puberty and CVS.
This podcast is brought to you in part by CVS Pharmacies.
And listeners like you.
Convenience value services.
No, not really, but CVS call us. So yeah, about puberty, right?
Great pharmacists.
Great, love them. Gotta
Cashiers
gotta
are
have 'em.
I
always
didn't really
nice.
steal that much from you.
I did.
Stole a lot.
I never went through the klepto phase.
Oh, it hit me hard. Middle
Mhm.
school through college, I would just line my
Through
pockets.
college too. middle through.
No,
Why did I just say it
I
like
don't
that?
know. I don't know.
Middle school through present day.
No, I only steal avocados now.
They don't sell those at CVS. So
They don't.
yeah, no,
They
I never.
don't.
I accidentally stole a Yoo-hoo one time from a gas station, and I felt so bad that I went back and paid for it.
I really only did little things from. I worked at Eckerd. Sometimes. See, I stole from
Oh, that's right.
just little, like in the front, like they had.
So you
those,
stole from your employer. That doesn't even count.
like whatever. I was
Doesn't
getting
mean anything and there's free to you.
getting $5 an hour. Was minimum wage at the time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was 15.
Yeah.
So, but today we're talking about puberty.
We are.
So let's go into our first question. Is when did you learn about puberty? Hannah.
Yeah, so puberty, like the word itself, I don't know exactly, but I think I started recognizing that things were weird. Like weird things were happening to me as a person around 4th grade. Like that's when my mom bought me my first bra. So I remember her taking me, she's like, Hannah, you need to start wearing a bra. And I was like, but I don't have any boobies. But things were starting to develop. So I was like one of the only girls in 4th grade who had a bra. And I remember being in line one time and the girl behind me could like, I guess, see it through my shirt. She's like, oh my God, are you wearing a bra?
You're like, yeah.
Yeah. What's weird about it? And now I'm like, I cannot imagine not wearing a bra in public. Like, holy shit. I won't even roll my trash cans out without a bra. Like, we got a front-facing street. Too many people can see what's happening under here. So yeah, that was about 4th grade. And then I started getting like pre-period type stuff with your body. Like, you start getting like discharge and shit like that. And I had no idea what was happening. And so I went to the school nurse and was like, something weird is happening down here. Like, I don't know what to do. And so she called my mom, and my mom came home with the American Girl Care and Keeping of You book. And that's really where I learned about puberty. And I read that book incessantly until about 7th or 8th grade. Mm-hmm. Once I started my period and like understood what was going on in my life. But that was my introduction to puberty, I would say. Katie, what about you?
I don't think I actually learned like the phrase puberty, understood what that meant until the 5th grade when we had sex ed. And then I was shocked and appalled at everything.
Horrified.
But I feel like the events probably started happening in the 4th grade. I had a very traumatic event in the 4th grade at recess. Scarred me for life with my titties. We'll talk about it later. But that's really the first thing I remember. But yeah, when I was little, side note, I used to have to take a ton of antibiotics for some shit I had wrong with my ears. Mm-hmm. So even when you're little, antibiotics heavy like that cause yeast infections. Mm-hmm. So I was acutely aware of having to put the little suppository up there. Because you can't take like Monistat when you're that young. Apparently. I don't know.
Damn.
So I was used to weird stuff coming out of my vagina at that point. Because I was like, everything hurts.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So
how old were you when that happened?
Well, I've had like 5 or 6 surgeries on my ears. So, I mean, it's been an issue since I was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So, my entire life.
Oh my God. Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, for me, it was when we took sex ed classes, but I mean, I didn't get my period till I was 17, so things were slow. But definitely, I knew what should be happening that wasn't happening. I knew what should be happening to my body because of the American Girl doll book. Because I related more to that than my classes.
Don't call it a doll book. There were no dolls in this book.
American Girl, based on the dolls.
Okay.
Come on.
I was just going to say, it's not like where you had to point at a doll and be like, now what part?
Apologies. I did type that in there, though.
You're right. The American Girl doll was my Bible.
You carried her around with arrows, laser pointer.
This is
No, I mean middle school.
Yeah.
So when sex ed was happening was when I started learning about it. And then they were always like, oh, boys, takes longer for boys.
Yeah, I do remember hearing all the time, like, it just takes longer for boys to grow up and for boys to mature.
It does take longer for them through puberty. Like
they hit it later.
They hit it later.
Usually.
But
that's not an excuse to be a shitty 25-year-old.
For the rest of your life.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I know. I feel like it kind of like flows into that, though.
They get so much leeway.
I know.
It's like, no.
Well, at what age did you begin to go through puberty?
Oh, I would say my prime awkward puberty years, definitely middle school. Like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Oh, man, what a weird time to be alive. So like 7th and 8th grade were my like body changing years. So between 6th and 7th grade, I gained like 30 pounds and shot up 6 inches. Like I went from wearing little girls' clothes to women's sizes and just like felt super awkward in my own skin. And then I had all the emotional stuff where like I literally thought I was in love with any boy who paid any attention to me, or even if they didn't pay attention to me, like I still thought I was in love with them because there were just so many hormones, coursing through me at the time that I'm like, oh my God, I love him so much. He's so handsome. He's so cute. I love him. And in reality, he's like 12 and I'm 12 and we're not in love. And then I guess 7th grade was when like my skin broke out so fucking bad. Like so bad, just acne everywhere. And I was so self-conscious about it. And like you start getting weird body odor, like all of this in middle school. God bless middle school teachers. Let me just tell you.
I was going to say, you should just be isolated from everyone and in an intensive therapy from like 9 to 14.
Yeah. And then they can reintegrate you back into society.
Yeah, like you go through like a training process. You're like, this one's not ready yet. We got to wheel it back.
You get debriefed. You get slow acclimation.
You don't have unlimited access to any sort of recording device.
Oh God,
you're gonna
no
make-
internet access.
No.
You're just going to embarrass yourself. I'm so grateful we didn't have social media in middle
Me
school.
too.
So grateful because, I mean, just remembering middle school is so cringy for me. But imagine actually recording it on the internet for everyone to remember.
Like,
Like-
we have memories, but we don't have like videos.
Yeah,
To,
like
like,
we
go back.
remember, but we don't ever have to like
Relive
tell
it.
anybody about it. No one has to know about it. It just exists in our own minds, and we can just bury it very, very deep inside our souls.
Which I think is what's really great about other generations.
Yeah.
Their parents are probably like, great, hell
not,
yeah.
not thinking about that.
Got away with a ton of shit.
Yeah, seriously.
Do you guys ever wake up like in the middle of the night in like a cold sweat about something you did when you were like 12 or 13? That happens to me all the time. I'm like, and again, probably anxiety type 6, but I'm like, oh my God. Do you think anybody remembers that from when I, whatever, in like the 6th grade?
I did
And then I
that
just
for,
get
like, things
mortified.
like a month ago.
Yeah. Well, mine starts at like 5th grade and goes all the way up to present day. It depends on the day of what memory decides to fucking come back and ruin my day.
I don't know. I don't get that big of a reaction to it, but I'll do have moments. I have moments where I'm like, oh my God, I wish I'd forgotten that. Like I'll have like a recovered memory where I'm like, oh shit, no, don't think about that. That was weird. But and this goes into our lessons later, but I was so focused on me, so was everyone else. Like I just try and remind myself that no one else really remembers that, like how weird I was, because we were all that weird. So that's what I have to just keep myself reminded of. But yeah, so got really, really bad acne. I smelled terrible, either from like weird body chemistry or trying to overcompensate for that weird body chemistry with like all kinds of Bath and Body Works and Limited 2 body sprays
deodorant.
and yeah. Yes. I had that for the long, because it
I
came
had
in the
band
green.
deodorant in the rolly.
Oh no, what was the one that came in the green stick?
Band deodorant.
Band deodorant.
Was it band? Okay, but it wasn't the rolling
They
kind. I
had-
just had the hard.
They had different types.
Yeah. Because I felt like Secret made me smell worse, and like just trying to figure out how to smell okay, and then you'd be in line and like you'd smell other girls and you're like, is that me or is that somebody else?
Yeah, and then you gotta like,
Or
just casually,
like the period smell. Everyone knows the period smell,
oh man,
and so like you'd be
do
like,
you not know it? You look like you didn't know it.
you don't know the period smell?
What, like vagina?
I mean,
No, your period has a distinct
Yeah,
odor.
like- yeah, no, Sandra,
I mean, it smells just like fucking vagina.
you might have a very clean period, and for that, I salute you, because
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I waited till 17.
maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I remember that was like when I first got my period. That was one of the first things. Like my grandma told me, she was like, "It has a smell. You're
Mhm.
gonna need to take extra good care of yourself
Yep.
when you're in the shower.
That
or
was
when
my
you're on
mom
your
period.
period."
She's like, make sure you stay extra clean and don't skip showers. Like you need to take a shower every
Yeah.
night.
I don't remember having a discussion about taking showers. I mean, that was already something that like my mom never said it's gonna smell bad. She just said,
No, my mom went through a whole hygiene thing. Like,
Mhm.
because my mom said no Summer's Eve, none of that shit, only Dove soap because you're gonna get infections. And that was just because of how she was raised and like
Yeah.
how maybe back in the day the products were like awful or something. By Summer's Eve, I think today they're a lot better.
yeah, they make a lot Summer's Eve now. They make some now that I really like. It's for active, so it's for like post sports type stuff. But I use it for everything, and it's got mint in it, and so it's all tingly and cool. Like I feel so refreshed every time, a brand new woman. But yeah, but I smelled like cucumber melon and warm vanilla or sweet pea, or I remember
Sweet pea.
yeah, I remember I had this face wash from Limited 2 that literally just smelled like cupcake icing. Like it was so
Whoa.
sweet smelling, and I would just slather it all over my face. And every now and then I'll like smell a cupcake and I'm like immediately transported back to middle school because I'm like, oh, That's what I washed my face with. No wonder my acne was so fucking bad. But yeah, my height and weight, it balanced out in like 9th grade. So I've looked pretty much the same since 9th grade. Clearly I've gained some weight since then, but other than that, about the same. But then like the emotional effects of puberty really kicked in. Like once my body was like, okay, we're done physically. Like we're cool. Like, all right, bitch, here's what we've been saving for you. And so, yeah, I was so emotional and just like, I remember one time I was doing the dishes and I dropped the brownie pan. Like, it was empty and dirty. Like there was nothing wrong. Like I was just
worried about.
Yeah, like I was just pulling it out of the dishwasher and I dropped it and it was metal, so it didn't break. And I just sat on the floor and cried. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do anything right.
I had an experience like that with cherry Pop-Tarts.
And then I was making a cheesecake one time. I vividly remember this, making like one of those just box cheesecakes, like that you put in the fridge. And the recipe called for 1.5 cups. I think it called for like 1.5 cups of milk. And I read it wrong and saw like 1 cup or half a cup, or I read it as like a range, like 1, 2, a half a cup. And so I put it in and I thought I'd ruin the whole thing and I just sobbed like it was the end of the world. Like I had no control of my emotions whatsoever. But then I think probably like 17, 18 was when I felt like I'd totally evened out. I mean, I was still immature and a teenager, but it wasn't as hormonal and just completely irrational, emotional roller coaster that I was on. But yeah. Katie, when did you feel like you started puberty?
Probably the 4th grade.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little bit earlier than that, but that's when I remember it. And then middle school, 5th, 6th grade is when I started noticing that I stank. And that started my decades-long battle of trying to find a deodorant that works because I'm naturally real stinky. You got to buy men's deodorant, or I do. But I think that's where my obsession with like lotions and body sprays started because I was, again, just trying to mask my general disgusting odors. And then like you in 7th grade, my acne really started to pop off, show out, was uncontrollable. I didn't know how to control it, so I was just slapping Clean and Clear on it, making it worse, drying my shit out. Needed moisturizer. Nobody told me. Nobody told me.
No, like when we were in middle school, like any kind of moisturizer, like don't put anything on your face like that.
Well,
like,
because it makes it feel greasy, and you're like, well, that's the last thing I want.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I just have this vivid memory of being in computer science or keyboarding.
Yep, keyboarding.
Keyboarding. I'm sure that's not even a thing now. And looking over at my friend, she'll remain nameless, and just noticing that she had like this crazy CoverGirl makeup line. Like, she's using the like sponge foundation. And I thought, oh, fuck, I bet I have that too. And afterwards I went to the bathroom and sure as shit, orange line. And I was like, no. So then I stopped wearing makeup for years because I was just so mortified that someone else may have noticed my real skin color did not blend perfectly with my neck makeup. So that's a trauma on itself. But like 7th grade, summer 7th grade through the 8th grade is when I lost like 50 pounds. Well, I grew like 3 inches over the summer and I also lost like 50 pounds.
And that's common actually in some girls. Through puberty, from what I've heard.
You lose your baby fat. Then I also developed an eating disorder. And I feel like that really stunted my puberty because I, like, my boobs never grew. Like, they grew a little bit in the 4th grade, and this is literally the size they've been since then. Like, nothing else. They stopped. But, like, my period was always real crazy because I wasn't eating, and, like, nothing else really happened. But then when I started eating regularly in college, like, I feel like I went through like 6 years of puberty in like 2 years because my body was like, oh, fuck, we have nutrients.
Thank you so much.
Kick this party up. So, I don't know. I was also an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like, I've only ever cried like uncontrollably, I guess, about a couple of things. And off the top of my head, 2 of them were Pop-Tarts. Like, I really wanted cherry Pop-Tarts, and we didn't have cherry. We had strawberry. And then
Delicious as well.
but when you want cherry and you only have strawberry. And then the other time I opened a box of brown sugar cinnamon, and I guess my mom had condensed 2 boxes. So I thought I was getting brown sugar cinnamon, got cherry. Not what I wanted. And then I had to eat them because I opened them.
Right.
And then I'm just like, what the fuck? I just wanted the correct Pop-Tart.
I'm so sorry.
It's,
I'm really sorry you went through that.
everyone has their defining moments in life, and they make you or they break you.
We used to have this little like I in high school was really obsessed with sock monkeys. Like I had like a collection of sock.
So is Ryan's grandma.
Yeah. So, but I think a part of it was like I had one, and then I just like it was a little one. It was like this big, like 2 inches.
Yeah.
Give our audience a little bit of. And I would put it places to like annoy my siblings. So like I put it. I never forget this. I put it in the toaster because my older brother Jay.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Older brother Jay was always like brown sugar or those Pop-Tarts every morning. Like that's what he had. So, but he like actually pushed it down, and then nothing. Like he didn't catch on fire, the sock monkey, but it started smoking, and I just was like, oh my god! I like realized like it was in there. I was like, the sock monkey's in there. I was trying to freak you out or scare. I don't know, prank you. And then Jay, my older brother, was just like what the fuck? Like an idiot. Like, got the sock monkey out, and he was all black.
Aww. Charred.
I washed him.
Did he survive?
Yeah. Well, I
Kind
don't
of.
know where he is now. But
For a while,
I remember
at
him
least.
being there, and then ever since I had that one, my mom always got me one all the time. Was like, I got you a sock monkey.
What's your thing now?
Yeah, I don't have them anymore. They're at my parents' house, like in this closet with all those old stuffed animals. There's like a ton of sock monkeys.
It'd be creepier.
I did not have a boyfriend. Which leads very well into my puberty, which I didn't start my puberty until I was 17. So like, I mean, really, I didn't have anything going on. Like pubic hair happened maybe when I was 13, 14.
Really?
That's when that started happening. I didn't have boobs. So I was really like jealous of all my friends who had boobs. Because like guys liked them, and no one liked me. It was like
Aw.
really
Someone
shitty,
liked you.
but then
Hey, no one liked me either. It's fine.
Then I was just like, you know what? It's fine. Like, whatever. They can't see me. I'm so small.
Did
Hide.
you have crushes on boys? I feel like I didn't have a crush
I
on a real
did.
boy until
Oh, Lord.
High
the end of
school.
high school.
Me? High school. I didn't have crushes.
But I love celebrity boys.
Nope. I popped out of the womb with a crush on a boy. I was like, I haven't met you yet, but I love you wherever you are.
I remember like Krista was really curvy, and like all the guys liked her, and so she, in her room, had all these posters of like bands and
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
like really awesome posters. And so then I was like, I want posters in my room, even though I wasn't really I wasn't like sitting there like starstruck. I really wasn't. Which is so weird, but I don't know. And then high school, I had really bad acne for a long time. I remember sitting in like one of those portable trailers for like Spanish, and I was sitting there messing. Like I feel like I had it all on my hairline,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like on my jaw, like basically everywhere. And I was just sitting there like fucking picking it all day. And then I'd get home and I didn't wear makeup,
I didn't need
which is why guys didn't like me, probably also a contributing factor. And then my mom was like, well, I said, I'm really like hating that I'm picking this all day. Like I wish I wasn't there. And she was like, oh, I thought maybe the acne medication wasn't working. It's like, not the medication, the face wash she was buying me. I'm like, obviously not. So she took me to a dermatologist, and it cleared up like crazy. I think they literally gave me like an antibiotic that
Really?
just cleared it all.
Wow.
Well, knowing what I know about skincare now, the type of acne I had was fungal. So nothing I was using on it was working.
Ooh. What is fungal acne?
It's
I know
caused-
nothing about skincare, clearly.
Well, so you have some acne that's caused by clogged pores, and you have other acne that's literally caused by a fungus that grows all over your skin. It's everywhere. But all I needed to do was wash my face with Selsun Blue like once a week, and my shit probably would have cleared up.
Yeah.
Really?
My dad always tried to give me sea breeze.
Yes, I got that too, and I'm like, this shit just burns.
But I kind of felt like it was killing it.
Yeah,
But it
well,
wasn't.
so I just always assumed if it hurts, it's working.
Me too.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Not at all true.
Dad was like, just put a little sea breeze on there.
Yeah.
My grandma was a big proponent of witch hazel, which now is super trendy, and it's like $14 a bottle if you get the name
The
brand witch
Thayer's
hazel.
one?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, but literally anything from acne to burns to bug bites. She's like, you put some witch hazel on it. Okay.
It works.
And so now, even today, like sometimes my face feels gross. I'll just like wipe it down with some witch hazel.
True for bug bites. Not good for your skin.
Not good for your
No,
skin at all.
Your face skin.
Really?
It's drying.
It is drying.
Well, it also relieves redness, though. That's
Yeah,
why
that's true.
tattoo artists use it, like before they
Yeah.
take their pictures. So they'll soak your tattoo in witch hazel so that it's not all red and swollen before they take a picture of it and you leave.
Mhm.
So
That makes sense.
yeah, that's what I used on my bikini line when I sent y'all that picture. It was just witch
Yeah.
hazel all over my crotch.
I think another reason why acne, not that this is the total reason, but I feel like when I was younger, I wasn't very good at taking care of my skin anyway. Like
No,
I just thought like, if it burns, that's when it's working. Like I wasn't moisturizing my skin.
we weren't
Even though
drinking
my
water.
mom, yeah,
No.
exactly. No water. And my mom tried to give me, she was like, use Dove soap and she had like the original like Olay
Mhm.
moisturizer. She gave me those two things and said, that's all you need to do. But like my friends were all using Clean and Clear or like all the
Yeah.
like acne shit. And that was just totally fucking my face up. Like it wasn't even helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen to your mom out there.
Moms know.
Witch
man.
hazel.
Like if I had to just use some Pond's cream,
Yes.
cold
I
cream.
know.
little cold cream.
My grandma always has that in her freezer.
Oh God, I bet that feels so good.
Yeah.
God, it does feel good.
I'm gonna put my jeans cream in the fridge. I used to
I have jeans cream and it's amazing.
unrelated. I used to have this Maui scented lotion from Bath and Body Works.
Mm-hmm.
When I would tan, terrible. I would come back inside and like wash off, and then I'd rub that shit all over myself. But I kept it in the refrigerator, and that felt so good. Do I need to
Actually,
repeat that?
I don't know. Yes. Just do that.
So when I used to tan, I would come in and like rinse off, and then I would go downstairs butt naked, and I would get my Maui scented Bath and Body Works body cream or whatever the fuck it is out of the refrigerator and just slather it on me, and that shit felt so good.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go home and put my jeans cream. I completely forgot about that. I'm gonna put that shit right in the fridge.
Do it.
Ryan's gonna be like, "Is this mayonnaise?"
No. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
No, it
That's
smells
what
like
she said.
It smells like an old lady. I love jeans cream, but it does. It like strong aroma of grandmother comes off of that.
That shit will fade a scar though.
Mm-hmm. And bruises.
Mm-hmm.
I hate putting lotion on after a shower.
You got to do it when you're wet.
That's
She's
what
wet.
she said.
That is what she said.
Soaks it in. Your pores are like,
Yep. So
Like that.
lush. I do feel better, but then if you overdo it, like I put on a bunch of jeans cream after a shower, and then a few hours later we went to yoga, and I started sweating, and I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, it was like a jeans cream slip and slide all over my yoga mat. I was like,
Yeah.
can you smell it on me? And he's like, yeah, I can smell it. It's just like dripping out of me.
I didn't have problems with body odor though. I had more like I just sweated really bad. Like when I got to late
Mhm.
high school, like it was bad.
See, I wasn't sweaty, but I smelled awful.
Like I had.
I have never sweated.
Oh, you still
I
don't.
still don't sweat. When I washed my car yesterday, I got sweaty right here and under my titties, and I was outside in the 90-degree heat for like 2 hours cleaning my car.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So I just don't do it.
Oh.
Did you guys ever do like looking back on anything? You're like, that was creepy.
Like doing creepy things or just doing cringy things, or
Creepy, cringy, yeah.
all right, give me an example of what you have in mind.
Just the way you acted. Like I see preteens now, and I'm just like, ugh, God, stay far away over there. I don't want to hear you speak. I don't want to look at you. I don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
see you. I'm just so mortified by your complete existence because at one point I was like you.
Yeah.
And then I also have the mindset of if my child ever looks or acts like that, I will beat them to death.
Oh God.
I like I can't handle it.
I know.
I emotionally can't handle it.
I feel so bad for people that age, like for
Yes.
kids that age. Like I think that's the big. It's like I just feel nothing but pity for you because this is the worst time
Yes.
to be a person. Like you just don't know what's happening. You think you know what's happening, and it
Oh,
makes you
God.
confident and cocky and weird. And really, you should just be quiet and just ride it out. And I promise you'll be a better person.
To be honest, I think that sometimes college students can be way worse.
Oh, they all have their terrible
It's
traits.
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Like-
I think it's easier to dislike college students because it's like you're old enough to know better.
And they just act like idiots.
Yeah.
They do.
But-
And they act like they know everything.
They don't.
Middle school, at least, maybe sometimes they'll listen.
I think the middle school age makes me cringe so much because when I was like that, but also it's like they're so little. Like you look at them now as adults, like true adults, and you're like, you are literally an infant. Like you could crawl back up into the womb and no one would know.
Dude, like some of those girls though in when Mike taught middle school, they looked like college students.
Yeah.
I was like, is that an intern or whoever, like a student teacher? No, that's an 8th grader.
He's like, no, that's Kaylin. He's in my science class.
really? And I'd be like, oh, good.
Okay.
Great. Wonderful. Like, what the fuck?
What?
Well,
How?
I see girls like that, and then I see my niece, baby Katie, and I'm like,
I feel like none of us looked like that.
oh no, oh no.
How? So what is happening?
Makeup
The hormones
tutorials.
and chicken. Yes, I literally watch girls on Instagram who are in like 5th grade. Seriously, they're like, I got fucking a science test tomorrow. We're gonna do green for science or whatever, and then they just blow it the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
makeup artist level shit. They've got like a brush pack. They've got $90 worth of fucking eyeshadow.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine being their
They're
parents? Like,
contouring?
No, I'm not buying you any more eyeshadow.
No. Okay, so yeah, cringy, creepy stuff. When you started telling your story, I did remember one thing, and that leads really well into our most horrifying and awkward puberty age memories. But one thing I didn't put on this list is I used to draw like all the time. Like that was something and I was good at it. And so I was like, I did it a lot because it was one thing I felt confident in doing. But then I would do creepy things like draw the boy that I liked. And like people would see and they're like, that's really weird. And I'm like, I was just drawing his picture from the yearbook. It's not a big deal. I'm like, no, it was weird. Like in hindsight. I remember like another kid like that sat next to me and like was flipping through my sketchbook and he's like, that's really creepy. Like he told me that. And I was like, and I mean, that was 20 years ago. And I'm still like, yeah, that was really creepy. That was really creepy.
In a similar vein to that, I am mediocre at drawing, but I've always really enjoyed writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a real journal, and then I had a fake journal, which is like I would write my real journal, what really happened and how I felt. And then I would write my fake journal about what I wished had happened.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
That's actually really creative.
It's like
though.
Verity.
It's
Kinda.
kind of like Verity.
Yes. Maybe that's why that book resonated so hard, or I liked it so much. But I remember I had this handmade chest that someone made me when I was a baby, and it had random shit in it, like blankets and stuff. And I would put the fake journal like underneath all the blankets because I thought no one would look there. And then my real journal had a lock on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my nosy aunt like found my real journal. And like, you know, it's a cheap kid's journal. I mean, the lock
Stuck
literally
a fucking
just
bobby pin and
no.
twisted.
I mean, you could literally open it. And she read it and was mad at me about the stuff that was in there. I got in trouble for it.
What?
Yeah, and like
I wouldn't read my niece's journals.
I literally did nothing. I think maybe I used the word shit in there, and that was the problem. But she also went through all my stuff and found my fake journal,
What was she doing?
Which
Go through your
was-
shit.
looking back on now, PG-13. Back then, I was like, this is scandalous. Like, whoa. And then I got in a lot of trouble for that because I thought that was real. And I'm like, no,
No, I'm just weird. Okay.
nope, I'm just fucking lunatic.
I wouldn't go through my kids' stuff like that.
Mm-mm, I don't
No,
want to
think I
know.
would either.
I wouldn't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Short of, are you doing heroin? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Probably not.
You doing heroin? No?
No.
All right, we're good.
You willing to pee in this cup?
Live your life, kid. So other cringy.
Hour.
Sandra, what about some cringy memories like from your puberty years?
Well, okay. So now that we've been talking about, it's like things are coming up, and
Yeah.
at first I just said acne because it really was like probably really disgusting. Like my face was probably like gross.
Everybody's face.
But that's
was.
not anything you really could control.
Yeah, it's not something
Knowing
you
what you-
did. You
yeah.
didn't draw creepy pictures of.
I drew pictures of my teachers and I made them into balloons. That's like why I draw balloon people now. Sometimes, like when I'm bored, I wish I probably have some in a notebook over here. But, so y'all remember like that perfume? Probably all our moms had it. But it's like this brown colored perfume that like smells like an old lady. It's like
Probably
brown.
if I saw the bottle.
Yeah, probably if I saw the bottle.
I don't know. All I remember is this was in high school. Like I said, like I think my puberty lasted till I was like a long time. So, but I put it on a lot of it because I was really like, I had a crush. This is when I started developing crushes. Was in high school, and there's this guy, and his name was Nathan. I'm just gonna say it. His
Aw.
name was Nathan.
I had a crush on
Nathan.
a Nathan.
Aw.
He could do it. He could jump into a split, and I was just like, wow.
Oh,
He was
how are
definitely
him
gay.
and his boyfriend doing these days?
Definitely fucking gay.
Nathan, I don't know about Nathan now. I don't even know what's going on with Nathan. But we were at this bonfire, at somebody's house bonfire, and the house next door was like going through construction. So like, high schoolers like go in there and climb everywhere. So I saw him going in there with a bunch of other people, and I'm like, I'm gonna go explore the house with everybody else. Like it's like not just me following him, but he got up on the roof and was like with like another girl, but I didn't know that. So I like got up there and was just like, hey. And they were just like, I sat with them for a little bit, and they both were like, what does that smell like?
Oh no.
So maybe this isn't like cringy. This is just something I remember.
No,
that
that's
popped up.
That's a good cringy
I mean,
memory.
if you put it on specifically for him, and then they're like, ew, yeah. I mean, it's not cringy, I guess, on your part, but it's still one of those things that makes
one of
your
those things
soul
that you're
die.
like, oh,
This was at
no.
Katie Moody's house. That was where the bonfire was, and I went back to her and I'm like, hey, do I smell weird? She was like, yeah, what the like, what is that? And she like helped me, like gave me a
Wash.
different perfume.
Aw. But that's why she's your friend.
Yeah.
She didn't make fun of you. She tried to help you.
She did make fun of me.
Okay.
All my friends make fun of each other.
Okay.
That's
Well,
something
not in a
that,
mean way. Like,
yeah.
not in a hurtful way.
No. If we did hate each other, we'd be like, suck it up. We're staying friends forever. Shut up. It's really abusive friendships.
No, you have very strangely healthy friendships
Yeah.
as an adult. Like,
We all made fun of each other.
This is the first ever memory that I remember being like actually embarrassed by myself. And so it was April,
okay.
and I remember exactly what I was wearing. Carpenter jeans.
Of course.
They were Lee pipes.
Yep.
And they had a stripe down the side. The stripe was blue. And so to make that blue really pop, I had worn a Winnie the Pooh fleece pullover. And I had a white t-shirt on underneath.
Cute.
Yeah.
Little baby tea.
Yeah, a little baby. It had a little ruffle around the
of course it
bottom
did.
and like a bow at the top and then little ruffle sleeves. And so it was April in South Carolina. Cold in the morning, hot as fuck in the afternoon. So running around the playground, doing fucking fourth grade shit. Not sure what it was, monkey bars or something. Got too hot. Decided perfect time to take my tank top or my pullover off. So I look around. Friends are over there. I'm like, whew, accidentally pull my shirt up
Yeah.
with it. Shirt comes off with it, or
Oh.
almost off, right? I'm lifting it now. I'll show you guys.
Like this.
And so when I looked around, nobody was there. But as I took it off, this boy named Matthew Klein was coming around the corner of this like retaining wall, and he saw my titties. Right? I didn't know he saw my titties. I just went on about my business over to my little girl gang, right? And then 15 minutes later, we're back in class. He passed me this like note because we had this desk that was like I was kind of adjacent to him. He like threw it on my desk, and I opened it, and he was like, "Your titties look weird." And he spelled titties, Tedies,
Teddies.
titties, teddies.
Teddies.
Titties. Yeah.
Them teddies, though.
Yeah. And he was like, he
Girl,
made
your
this
teddies
fa-
are looking hot.
he made this face, right? And I was just like, ugh. Like everything inside of me died. Like, everything inside of me died. And I just remember getting like so hot, and I hadn't put my pullover back on. And so I just put it back on, and then I was just like mortified. And then I went home, right?
Yeah.
Locked myself in the bathroom, took my shirt off, looked in the mirror, and I was like, damn, they do look weird. He right?
No.
He's big, right? They kind of look like tortilla chips.
No.
They have this weird triangle shape. And then ever since then, like every time I look at my tits, I'm like, tortillas.
No.
Tortilla
Don't let
chips.
Mike Klein ruin your tortilla
Matthew
chips.
Klein.
Matthew Klein, I'm sorry.
And
oh my god, yeah.
oh my God,
Stop.
just
That
completely
fourth grader does not
mortified.
deserve that kind of power over you.
I know, but it's one of those things where like you are so
Katie, talk off.
yeah. See, if I would have known you then, I would have just been like, fuck off.
Ta-da.
Should have been like, your dad's in prison. So, I mean, he was, I think. somebody's dad was in prison.
Yeah.
That's a true statement for somebody.
Your dad or maybe somebody's dad was in prison, you asshole. So fuck off.
But yeah, so that started me hating my body. And I was just like, all right, well, this is wrong. You're wrong about this. Everything with your body sucks. And so I knew we were going to do this today. And I was changing on my work clothes. And do you ever like accidentally match your super cute sports bra with like the same colored pair of underwear? And you catch yourself in the mirror, you're like,
Oh yeah, I'm like, girl, your life is together.
yeah. And I was like, damn, girl, what you got going on? And then I was like, wait, yuck.
No, Katie.
Yuck.
No. Feel yourself.
I know.
Oh
That's
my
just like my
God.
natural reaction. That's literally been my natural reaction, like ever since then. Like, I had no idea my titties could be weird. I just knew that they were kind of there. I wouldn't even have to wear a bra. I wasn't wearing a bra then.
I bet your titties are fucking awesome.
They do kind of look like tortilla
No,
chips.
I've seen your titties and they're fine. There's nothing wrong
I
with
don't
them.
know. I just see tortilla chips now.
They're just a normal pair of titties. They look
Thank you.
perfectly fine and normal.
Thank you.
Like at no point have I been like, kind of weird, but okay.
I don't think anybody looks at titties and are like, weird.
Yeah, right?
That doesn't happen.
I mean,
Well,
unless they're, like,
now. And then I'm like, okay, you were also 9. How did you know what titties look like, right? You've only ever seen fake ones in movies.
Yep.
No actresses have real titties.
No.
And also your dad's in prison. What do you know?
Yeah.
But then, okay, so
Felon.
flash forward, 10 years? I was going to USC and I was moonlighting at Anna's Linens
of course you
on
were.
Harbison Square. And we hired this team to do inventory. And they would come in overnight. And so one night I'm like closing down my cash register, doing the thing, flipping my braid because I only wore a braid back then. And the inventory team came in and who's on it? Matthew Klein.
No shit.
And he tried to ask me out.
Of
And
course
I
he
was
did.
like,
Oh, if it isn't Mr. Weird Titty himself.
yeah. And I was like, do you remember being in 4th grade with me? And he was like, yeah, we had a bunch of classes together since like kindergarten. I'm like, yeah. I was like, you sent me a note and you told me my titties looked weird. And I was like, and I've thought about that a lot. And so I'm going to pass on this date. And also I have a boyfriend who's a lot cuter than you. And you've gotten fat. And I haven't yet.
You know what?
Bye.
I love tortillas.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of them.
See, he didn't even say they look like tortillas. I made that up on my own.
Just
No,
say
I'm about to
that.
say he doesn't sound creative enough to come up with that.
Yeah. And then I don't know. Did you guys ever get asked on dates after high school by boys you went to high school with?
Hold on. Tortillas are round.
I'm talking about tortilla chips.
Oh.
Like the Mexican
I just-
restaurant kind.
Yes, I just remember looking at them from the side and being like, are they supposed to be a complete triangle? I didn't know.
Okay, mine look off to the side. Like
I mean, the left one never got as big as the right one, but that happens when they're baking sometimes. You know, one shrinks up and the other doesn't.
everybody's titties are weird.
Yeah. I mean, I know that now.
Boobs are weird.
Boobs
You know what I mean?
are really
Yeah.
They're
weird.
just like fat sacks that are like
Hanging off our
Hey.
chests.
Yeah, and then milk
nipples
comes out
are
of 'em.
like whoa. That's my impersonation of a nipple.
Do yours do that?
That was my impersonation of a nipple growing. Like
I don't really do that.
You don't get headlights?
you don't get hard nipples?
I mean,
Where are yours?
I mean, if I like tweak them,
are yours just like
Oh, mine
when they grow?
like yeah, like almost constantly.
no, mine don't
Like-
get really like. I mean, they
Long?
get like kind
You
of.
don't get like your little tic tacs under your shirt kind of thing.
They're very subtle.
Mine are not. Mine are not. Henry used to make fun of me. He's like, "You're the only person I've ever seen who can have headlights through a sweatshirt." And I was, well, here they are. So it's is what it is.
Well, I love that story, but
Yeah.
I just
And
wish you
Matthew
know that.
Klein. I'm glad you got to reject him later. I hope
Yeah.
he thinks about that. Did you insult him too? Like, did you really tell him that he'd gotten fat?
No, I didn't tell him he'd gotten fat. I'm too nice for that.
Okay.
But
That's
I was like, no, like, you traumatized me.
Yeah.
And you were also really mean to me in middle school after the 4th grade. So why would I go on a date with you?
Fuck you, Matthew Klein.
And then I made the mistake of going on a date with a guy he wasn't mean to me, but he also wasn't very nice to me after I got out of high school. And he's like, you know, I always thought you were really cute. And I was like, really? Because you kind of treated me like shit. And he was like, oh, yeah, I was an asshole then. And I was like, that was literally 1 year ago. and then I left him at a movie theater.
Yeah, you did.
But apparently he had an
Okay.
Expo sized dick, like a marker, an Expo marker, and everyone called him Expo Joe.
It's a great nickname.
I know.
Wow.
So like, I'm curious about this dick. So it's like the height of an Expo marker? Or
No, I
like height
never
and
saw
width
it. I never
with
saw
like
it.
the weird inverted head. Like, is that?
I again never saw it personally, but from a reliable source, she said it was the length of an Expo marker, the width of an Expo marker, and essentially had the shape of an Expo marker. So
Like the
skinny, dented in, came out at the top.
head? Okay.
And we're talking about like the classic Expos, not the fancy ones.
All right. Expo Joe.
I'm Expo Joe.
I
Nice to
love
meet
that
y'all.
nickname personally. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, she did a good job.
That's really good.
fantastic.
Definitely. Hannah, what about you?
Oh, I don't think I ever showed anybody my titties, but I did look to Lizzie McGuire way too much for my fashion choices. Like, and then at one point in 6th or 7th grade, thought I could design clothes, and so I would like cut up clothes and like try and re-sew them and like sew designs and stuff on them. Like, oh god, they were so bad. Like, I'm blushing thinking about it. They were so bad.
Your parents are like,
They're like, this is
God.
just the thing she's going through. Okay, just
Yeah.
let her live her life.
I never necessarily did that, but I would do the thing where I thought everything I did looked like it came out of a limited 2
Yeah.
ad. And I remember this one time thinking I looked so cool. I was wearing black tights, under jean shorts.
Okay.
I had sneakers, like Skechers,
Mm-hmm.
terrible already. And then I had this like striped t-shirt and then a tank top over top of it.
So many layers.
And that lasted like through high school. I would just wear like a ton of t-shirts in high school and just have like layers and layers of t-shirts and tank tops. And I don't know what I was thinking.
I liked the tights under jean shorts. Look.
This was in like 1998.
So that wasn't even in at that point. You were like, cool.
You're a trendsetter.
I remember my mom telling me you look ridiculous. And I was like, I look fantastic. I'm going to this chorus performance just like this. And she was like, all right.
She tried to help.
Yep.
She tried
And
to
then I
help.
remember Lori Moss being like, what are you wearing? And I was like, I don't know. I think I look great. And she was like, okay.
Yeah. No, I was so self-conscious about any like fashion stuff. So as soon as someone's like, that doesn't look good, I'd be like, you're right, I hate it. I'm never gonna wear it again.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, then later at night, I was like, oh God, I look stupid.
oh.
So that keeps me up at night.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I did try to design my own clothes. Like the one I can remember specifically was I had like this black t-shirt and I embroidered like an eye on the front.
Okay.
And then I like cut the sleeves so they were like fringed.
Honestly, I love this.
No, it's not. It was not cute. Just trust me. It was not cute. It was bad. And I was in like on my awkward middle school body. It probably smelled like cucumber melon. I don't know. So I was
Look,
just
we all made mistakes.
one of the many things. The whole contouring my makeup thing. So I remember I read in like whatever Cosmo Girl magazine or something how you could like use a darker shade of makeup around your jawline to like contour, which is exactly what Kim Kardashian does now, just for the record. But I had no fucking idea what I was doing.
You didn't blend.
I didn't blend. I just like
You just gave yourself a mud like a bottom beard.
pretty much. And so I remember being in science class and the kid next to me being like, there's something on your face. Like, and of course it was like this cute boy. And he's like, there's something, you got something on your face. Like you need to like wipe that down. And like I wiped and it's just like the orange cover girl with the like brown contouring. Like, oh, so bad. I joined drama club at one point and auditioned for all the school musicals, but I'm not a performer. That's not what I do. And
Well, didn't you have like 5 people in your high school?
this was all middle school, and I went to a much bigger middle school. So we
Oh.
lived in Greenville during my middle school years. So I was at
Excuse you.
I was at Malden Middle, and there were hundreds and hundreds of us at that one, maybe thousands. I don't know. Enough. So yeah, they had drama club, and like I would be the person who ended up just like carrying the equipment and shit because the teacher was like, "Yeah, Han, I've got a really important job for you. I need you to carry the drums over here." So shit like that. Pretending to know about sports or bands or whatever to like impress boys, and clearly, like in hindsight, having no idea what I was talking about and being so confident about it and just looking ridiculous, like so ridiculous because I was just wrong, just 100% wrong, but so confident and thinking like, yeah, he's totally gonna like me because I'm into the same sports as him.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I bought a $75 hoodie from PacSun.
Oh my God.
Because like this was all of my Christmas money. And I was like, I want that one because a boy I liked when I finally started to like boys had the same brand. And I thought if I wore it, he would like me.
Yep.
Having never spoken to him or knowing anything about him or ever even looking him in the eye. I was like, this is going to work. This is going to be it.
This is it. This is my move.
I
It's going to change my life.
Pulling into the high school in the morning and like I had just gotten to the end of a song I was listening to and I'm like, no, it has to be like when I pull in, it's got to be like at the bridge, you know, it can't be like end of the song and start. I can't be quiet. I can't have a quiet car right now until the CD changes to the next song. So I'd like rewind really quick till it got back to the bridge, and just so when I pulled in, it was like fucking awesome.
That's right.
And like no one gave a shit.
No, but you see me rolling.
But then I was like, yeah, Paramore.
I got into a Paramore kick the other day, like driving to Charlotte, and I was like, I just want to listen to Paramore right now. And it was the best thing ever. I'm really glad I did that. So yeah, anything to impress boys, I'm embarrassed about. Pretty much any class field trip. There's something about going on an overnight field trip where you just, like, as a kid, feel way too confident for your own good. Like, so we went on, it might have been a chorus trip or something. And I remember they had like a social. And so it was me and this other girl or two other girls in a shared hotel room. And like, we felt so grown up because there were no adults in the room with us. And so we were just way too confident. And I literally wore a nightgown to a dance because I thought it was sexy. Like writing that down today, I was like, just fucking kill me. In hindsight, I'm like,
I feel like we lived pretty much parallel lives because I also had a nightgown I thought was like
so
popping off.
Like, it was from Limited 2 again. I mean, it was silky, and I think that's what I thought made it like sexy. But I wore it to a social event.
I wore my nightgown I thought could pass as a dress to a birthday party.
Exactly.
And the girl was like, I have that. Is that a nightgown?
Someone asked me,
and
I
was
that looks like a nightgown. I'm like, it's not.
It's like it's a dress.
It's not a nightgown.
It's a dress.
But someone totally called me out on it
same.
too. All right. So what about our lessons for our younger selves? What will we tell our little baby pubescent selves? Pubescent selves.
Puberty is just a phase and everyone has to go through it at different times. It doesn't just because you get your period at 17 doesn't mean you're weird, even though you are. You're not. Okay?
Everybody's weird.
You act weird. You're not physically weird.
Yeah. It's a little outlier, but it's okay. And yeah, at least we don't have like vocal changes like guys do.
True. And we don't get surprise boners.
Yeah.
That is one thing I'm very grateful for about being a girl going through puberty. Never had an inconvenient boner.
Night dreams.
I feel like
I have definitely
like woken up wet. Imagine they wake up with like shit everywhere. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
I've definitely orgasmed in my sleep though.
And I think women are different. You know, it's not like
I did it more as an adult though.
jizzing.
Yeah. I
It's
feel
true.
like
It
the
wasn't like a
trade-off with
trade-off.
the hiding the boner is we have to worry about, are we leaking?
Yeah.
So
Periods.
is there period blood anywhere? I had a lot of trouble with that. Talked about it before.
That's true, but at least we can track this somewhat. And
Fair.
Kind of
Fair-ish.
can.
guys like somewhat can control
That's true.
when they're going through that time.
Sometimes now I feel like they can't control it.
I feel like they've just figured out how to position themselves so that it's not noticeable.
Oh, position.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was
Like they tuck it into the waistband and no one knows.
Having a dick sounds so
I know. I would hate
troublesome.
that. I would hate having a dick.
It's just, how do you buy pants? I just don't understand how you buy.
Just
I
in the way
legitimately
all the
don't
time.
understand how you buy
Well,
comfortable pants.
But when they're soft, when it's soft, it like kind of just hangs out closer to the body.
But
you
what
know?
if it's like big when it's flaccid?
I've never been with a shower. I've only been with growers personally.
I don't know. I've watched some videos and I'm just like, how the fuck do you buy pants? Like what specialty? I don't know.
I don't know, just like a loose lap area. I don't know.
I need a low hanging crotch.
Do you have a loose lap bearing jean?
You take all your pants
Some-
to a tailor and have the crotch let out.
Some loose lap pants.
Oh God.
Oh, all right. Well, my lesson to my younger self is that this will pass. Like this phase of your life, you'll get past it. And it's not as bad as you think it is, mostly just because everyone else is going through it too. So in hindsight, it's not as bad as it feels in the moment. Everyone else is kind of paying attention to their own weird puberty problems, and they're not paying attention to yours. So don't beat yourself up too much. Like, I'm sure I'm the only one that remembers me carrying drums around for drama club.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I'm like that's a mortifying memory for me, but no one else. I do have a middle school memory of like one girl in middle school. And now, to be fair, like I remember being so upset with her in middle school and thinking like she was so annoying, but now she's like absolutely fucking stunning, like model, gorgeous. I'm like, you know what, girl? Live your best life. I'm sorry I was mean to you. I don't think I was ever actually mean to her, but I had mean thoughts about her. And I was like, I'm glad you came out on top. That makes me feel better because like she was one of those girls who would take forever on standardized testings. Like she would go through and like recheck her answers like 15 times. So she took like an hour longer than everybody else. And, you know, you weren't allowed to leave the room during the, what were they? What was the state test? Pack testing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to leave the room. And so like we all just had to sit there and watch her like go back through her answers over and over and over again. And I remember one time in 8th grade, I had to poop so bad. Like I genuinely thought I was going to use the bathroom in my pants. Like, and I remember sitting
at that
there.
point, it's like, you should be able to go.
I know. And I told my teacher, I was like, this is an emergency. She's like, you can't leave the room. And so I can remember like sitting there, like with my eyes closed and like literally praying, like, God, if you don't
get her to
don't let
hurry
me
the fuck up.
Don't let me poop my pants in this class, and I will do whatever you need. Like, I will believe in you for the rest of my life, which is not true also, but fuck that up. But I didn't poop my pants. So. But yeah, I remember just like hating that girl, and now she's absolutely stunning. Like
Katie, what are your lessons for your younger self?
Don't talk to strangers. I'm just kidding.
That's
I mean, that's
good advice.
Yeah.
Don't take that back. That's good.
Yeah, that's good advice. You will wake up one day and not have pimples all over your face. That will happen. But in the meantime, you should use a moisturizer. You should also stop dousing your face in Clean and Clear. Like every single Clean and Clear product is not going to help you. It's making it all worse, right? You should always have a tampon in your backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Just skip the pads. Skip them. You don't need them. They're bad, and they'll save you a lot of embarrassment by just using tampons. And your titties aren't weird, even though Matthew Klein said they were. Clearly. Also, don't part your hair like in the middle of your cowlick. That doesn't work. I did that for a very long time, just right down the middle, thinking it would make it disappear.
I feel like you rock a middle part though.
But it's got to go to the side
Okay.
of the cowlick. Or the widow's peak, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. And, just generally don't wear anything with rhinestones on it. Don't do that. 2 spritzes of body spray is really enough. Just wash your armpits and your crotch.
Wash your crotch.
Wash your
armpits.
Get behind your ears, your belly button.
Get behind your ears.
A lot of people don't do it.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal to be a freak for about 8 years. Everybody is. Yep. And nobody's watching you. Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just let your freak flag fly.
That's right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And if a guy tells you to not do that, he's not
Fuck
for you.
him, but not literally.
Yeah.
Maybe like once.
Also, all the boys that you like you're way out of their league.
You don't know.
Oh my God.
You are
yes.
so out of their league. You're not even playing in the same state.
But you also don't know
in
what
the
you
same
like.
division.
You don't know what you like. Your standards are not high enough. Period.
No.
100%. And
maybe don't write weird classmate fan fiction stuff. Maybe don't do that. That's pretty cringy. Maybe just write a regular short story.
Oh yeah, you didn't say the fan fiction thing.
I mean, that's
It's
essentially
you
what
said
it
you like
was.
journals.
Right,
Those are
but yeah,
journals.
your journals.
Yeah, maybe don't. Just maybe write your regular journal. Hide it better. Don't do the fake one.
Yeah, don't draw pictures of your.
I was
crushes.
essentially Tina from Bob's Burgers. I had freaky friend fiction.
Oh my god.
Except I wasn't friends with anyone. Like,
It's okay.
also, don't buy that fucking hoodie. It's uncomfortable
Mhm.
and it's too expensive.
Yeah,
And it
$75.
doesn't look good on you. It just doesn't. White's not your color. Let's be real. It's also going to get very dirty and you're just going to look gross.
Ugh, I bought so many cringy clothes. In hindsight, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why'd you spend your money on that? You didn't have money. So it's like,
Don't buy low-rise jeans. That's another thing. Oh God, I didn't even talk about my fucking pants. I have to talk about it later. I had these, or maybe now. I had these pants that they had no pockets.
oh,
Just not a single pocket on them, right? And then they had leather X's that went all around the top. They also didn't have a button and they zipped in the back and they were not age appropriate for someone in 7th grade. And I do not know why my mom let me wear them.
all right. Well, thanks for coming down this little trip down memory lane with
Memory
us
lane.
as we relived our pubescent years. And I actually did blush tonight. I'm pretty sure at some point. Like,
I loved reliving my memories.
rough time to be alive. And thanks for hanging out with us again. I'm sorry we were gone for so long, but hopefully you found some other podcasts that helped educate you about what's going on in the world right now and maybe gain some new perspective. In the meantime, before we see you again next week, please follow us on social media and mostly Instagram and Facebook. So it's Listen You Beautiful Bitch on both of those. And we also have a website where you can see all of our lovely faces and try and put a face with a name. And also submit any type of questions, comments, topic suggestions that you may have. So go to listenyoubeautifulbitch.com/heybitch. And then you can fill out a form. We did hear back from E. And girl, you are a rock star. We think you're amazing. I hope you're listening to this. Get it, girl. But
Yep.
get it.
We're not going to share her story,
No, but
but you're going to be,
you're killing it.
you're killing it.
You're killing it. You did the right thing, and we're proud of you.
Yep.
So yeah, follow us, rate, review, subscribe. That would be awesome. We would really appreciate that. We'll talk to you next week. Susie will be back. And until then.
We didn't do what we're loving, but it's totally fine.
Oh, no.
No, it's fine.
No, we cut it out. I'm sorry.
We don't have to. It's an hour and 35 minutes.
Already. Yeah, and we need to edit it fast. Next week, we'll talk about what we're loving, too. We've been clearly out of practice at this point. Sorry. I feel really bad. That's Susie's part. So I was just like, whatever. Bye.
Stop. Don't worry about it.
It's
Stop.
Cool.
Okay.
It's
stop.
cool. I'm just going to think about it 30 years from now and tell my friends.
Stop. This, I can't believe.
Once
I was
upon
in
a
the
time.
podcast, and it's like people in their 60s don't talk like that.
No.
What am I doing?
60 is going to
Sorry.
be super young.
Yeah.
Maybe we're all going to be embarrassed by the podcasts we made. Like our
Maybe
entire
we're all going to be
generation.
dead from COVID.
Maybe.
I
Here's
think we
hoping.
are going to be embarrassed by the podcast for sure.
I think it's going to bite one of us in the ass quicker than we think.
Oh.
My job's going to find this and be like,
My job knows about it, but
I don't say anything negative about my job. So
I hate mine. If you hear it, you hear it. Fuck you.
I'm just lucky to work for a very progressive company. They're like, do your thing.
I mean, if that guy can do crack, I feel like I can.
Yeah. What the fuck?
mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it after this.
Okay. All right.
right.
Well, until next time, we'll talk to you later. Thank you. We love you. Bye.